This is Allie, and I'm going to be showing the beginning steps of how I start teaching a moving weight. So I'm going to have her alongside of me. The food is going to be in my outside hand, so she's on my left, food's in my right hand. I'm going to turn into her and feed her. Now turning into her is bringing her into a stopped position. That's what I'm looking for. If my body turns in, that automatically kind of tells her to slow down and stop. Now I'm just turning in front of her and then immediately rotating back and releasing her. You probably can't hear me really well, but I'm telling her okay as I release her. And then I'm just kind of petting her and getting her working again because she already knows her moving weight, so she's a little bit curious as to why we're going back to step one. So she's not kind of driving forward like I like to see her. So there I am again. I've got the food in the outside hand. Whoops, that time I didn't. I was a little bit out of it. But food in the outside hand, and I'm just turning in towards her. And by me rotating my hips and my shoulders towards her, that is bringing her into the weight that I'm looking for. There I am again. I turn towards and rotate back and release. Rotate back, release. The hoops are there just to kind of remind me of where my camera frame is. I'll use them later, but they're just there as markers for me right now so I don't get out of frame. Again, walking, turn in, and wait. And I am giving her a weight. As I turn in and feed her, I'm saying wait just as I turn into her. So she starts hearing the word along with, at this time, the body language. As I progress, I'm going to use less and less body language. So instead of rotating my entire hip and shoulders towards her, I'm just going to kind of bring my arm in towards her. Again, she's acting a little bit unsure, so I'm trying to kind of get her to move with me just a little bit more. So here I am, asking her to wait. Now I'm trying to take a couple steps forward. She didn't wait, so I just gave her a little light and then I kept moving forward, asking for that wait again. Now as you can see, I asked her to wait, moved a couple steps, and then I released and fed her. This time I'm asking her to wait again, move a couple steps. I'm going to go back to her. It's okay, she got up, I'm okay with that. Tell her to wait, back to my handling position, and release. Again, I'm looking for her mind. I'm looking for her to wait, and she's mentally waiting, not so much the physical movement, the behavior. I'm looking for her mentally to calm down and give me that stop behavior in her head. So here I am asking her to wait. I keep moving. Oh, she didn't quite do it. I'm telling her now she's trying to figure out exactly what to do. So I'm going to bring her back again. And we're going to go back down the line again. Tell her to wait. Take a couple steps. Tell her how good she is. And that time I released her and then gave her the treat. You want to make sure and vary your reward. Sometimes I return to her, give her a treat, and then go back to my original position and release, and sometimes I release her to me. Here I am releasing her to me again.
Easy on the fingers.
Good. Now I'm just kind of giving her some treats. She's getting a little heavy on the mouth with the treats, so I'm just kind of reminding her she needs to calm down a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and start again. Very good. So I'm going to get her back into position and wait, taking a couple steps and releasing. This time I'm kind of using the hoops, telling her to wait, a couple steps and release. You see, that time I kind of brought my outside arm out. If I feel like the dog is starting to mentally, get a little bit outside their head, I'll bring that outside arm because that is putting more pressure on them and, giving them a little bit more body language into that weight. I'm kind of helping her out a little bit. So here you see me, I'm working the hoop into this as well. I'm kind of sending her through the hoop, asking her to wait, and then sending her again. I'm trying to get good camera angles here, so I'm going to switch sides so you can see the dog a little bit more as opposed to me. Now here she's kind of out of herself a little bit. You see her sniffing. She's not really paying attention. So here I am. I'm going to ask her to wait. Kind of getting her head into it, and now I'm going to connect with her a little bit. Bring her up to me, give her some treats, try to get her to connect. Now putting her in a wait there, and again we lost her. So bring her back. I'm connecting with her again. Pet her. She likes a little roughhousing. So now we're asking her to wait again and release. And then this time, see, I'm a little bit more exuberant with my body language, trying to get her more connected with me because she definitely started losing it towards the end a little bit of this session just because I think she doesn't like repeating things a lot. So my theory is that she didn't really like going back to basics like that and didn't understand why we were redoing. Here we are doing a little bit more advanced stuff. Hoop, wait, hoop, wait, which is what you kind of want to start working towards, is adding more obstacles and more things like that, make it a little bit more complicated for her. As you'll see in the next videos, each dog is a little bit different with how they wait. Her, most of the time, she will lie down, but a lot of the time she'll stand. Okay, I'm going to change the camera angle apparently. There we go. And now this is Nargles. Now Nargles is extremely exuberant, has a very hard time waiting. And the reason she has a hard time waiting is because she's just mentally, she doesn't, stay inside her own head very well. She's extremely excited, extremely wants to go all the time, and she has a very hard time keeping herself together. So my weights with her look a little bit different. Now you'll see me, I'm going to just kind of walk back and forth. Now she's more advanced, and what I like seeing with her is see how she changes her body position. I'm okay with that. I'm not asking for a 100% you sit, you wait, you don't move. When we get out on a course, I want her to move a little bit so that she can readjust herself if I need to tell her to wait, and then we go to another hoop, just like that. I don't want her facing one direction when I need to bring her around and face the other direction. In that video with Try, that Super Stakes video, you'll see that with Try. I told her to wait, and she spins around so that she can see where my body is, and we readjust to that. So Nargles, we're kind of working on the same thing with her. I put her in between these two hoops, and then I just kind of shift my weight. See here, she's mentally just kind of, it's blowing her mind a little bit. She has a very hard time with weights. So we are trying to get her to just calm down. You see me shift my weight. See how she shifts her weight back and forth. Her focus changes. It's on me, but we're focusing now to this hoop and then back to that hoop sort of thing. I want her to shift her weight with me so that she can start seeing which hoop we're going to go to, but I still want her to stay in her own head. She's doing much better right here than she did at the very start of the video, where she was kind of just all over the place and wasn't holding herself. If you go back to the start of her training session, you can definitely see where she is not very much in her own head. She's excited and she's not thinking and she's just running around. Whereas here, now she's, calmed down a little bit and we're waiting. So here I am, sending her to a hoop, asking her to wait, shifting my body, and then we're going to send her to a hoop, ask for a wait. Now her little feet kind of move, and she, and that was my fault. I didn't commit her to the hoop. Her little feet move and stuff, but again, I'm not looking for a strict behavior. I'm looking for her mentally to bring herself to a stop. Again, I'm going to put her in a weight, shift my weight a little bit, let her focus, let her calm down, and send to a hoop. Send to a hoop and wait. And you see me saying it a couple of times, because even though she's slowed down, I'm not telling her to wait because she's moving. I'm saying wait again just to try to get through to her. That's not quite where I want her to be. She's just mentally still so focused on go, 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 and not on, slow down and control yourself. This is Try, and she was the original moving weight dog. She is very good at it, in my opinion, and she's just like this. I'm doing the same thing with Nargles, except you'll see Try, because I believe of the moving weight, has learned to be very calm, and she collects herself and knows I'm going to send her to a hoop, but she doesn't get outrageously excited about it. She just knows, okay, we're going to go to a hoop, I need to pay attention. So I'm asking her to wait, and then again, I shift my weight back and forth. She sees that hoop. I'm going to walk to that hoop, and she just very nicely shifts her focus to the next hoop, but never gets too excited, except there where she's like, well, you're taking too long. But she doesn't get out of her own head. And there I am sending her and waiting. And send her, send, and that was my fault again, send, and waiting. And you see me throw that outside arm out just to kind of give her a little bit of extra help in, collecting herself and bring her down to where she waits. Try is extremely, of all the dogs, she definitely waits in her one position. She'll shift her weight back and forth, but she won't really move out of her chosen wherever I've told her to wait. She will pretty much stop just like that right there. Again, I don't think that is, all dogs have to 100% stop. I'm more looking at where they are mentally as opposed to where they are behavior-wise, as far as once I've said wait, their feet cannot move. I like the dogs to mentally be in control. It's a lot of nice impulse control, and I really want to focus on that. So part of the moving weight is really you need to know your dog and where they are mentally and not focus so much on the behavior of the moving weight. Now this is Trip. He's a baby, and this is again part of moving weight. We use a toy. So we threw the toy out, and now we're saying wait, and Jimmy's saying various dog names. He's saying, Nargles, Try, Allie, and he needs to wait until he hears his name to be released. I use a toy, quite a bit of Dogs Like Toys, and Trip here loves his ball. So this is kind of how we did moving weight stuff with him. There is no right or wrong way to do it. He just really enjoys doing it like this, and we used to just take him for a couple of trips. We only had him and travel-wise, and so this was a good little game to play with him, and he loves his little moving weights. So here we are again saying different dog names. He just has to calmly sit there and wait and release to his ball. As he gets better at this, and he's much older now than what these videos are, I will start introducing the other dogs out into this situation as well. If you look at those blog posts that I put up, it shows Nargles and Try both working together. I throw the ball and then tell them to wait. Eventually we will work up to him doing the exact same thing for impulse control and just keeping his weight all together.
Good boy. Yeah, come on.
In this next video, we did a little bit more advanced stuff with Trip. Sent him out, asked him to wait, and then wanted to do a down and a sit. He got a little bit confused and ran back, which is fine. We just send him back out again and let him try again. Again, we want this to be a game and not overly controlling or too hard on him.